I wish.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Cashflow Digital, sponsored by ODYS. Link is below if you want $100 sign-up bonus just for signing up. But just prior to coming on here, Brad asked me if I'd heard the news about NFG2022.com. What is the news?
You need to open the emails that I send out, Craig.
I don't get them.
You need to sign up for something then.
Better copy, bro. Get Craig clicking.
So you just spamming the shit out of me on there, right?
No, I hardly ever send out emails unless I have something important to say, and yesterday I did. Because so many people asked for it, what we're going to do is last year we did the event where it was online and in person. I said I'll never do that again because it was a cluster, and I felt we had to make it up to the people afterwards that weren't in person. So we decided, because we had so many emails, so many people asking us to take it online this year. So we're going to have the hybrid workshop online instead of in Orlando this year. And honestly, I think we're going to be able to help a lot more people in a much better way. So everyone that has been asking me if we're going to provide recordings, provide it online, do anything like that, go over to NFG 2022 now and sign up.
Give me a second. I'll just put the link, guys, in the chat, although it is under Brad's name. You can forget the "oh yeah" thing; it just automatically comes from that.
Yeah, that's ClickFunnels thing. Yeah,
I don't know if that's just Brad's kinky top. But
no, it's a Macho Man Randy Travis joke. But yeah, I have to put something on there, and they make everyone.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! They make everyone. You have to make everyone different. So you've always got to have either like a random string of numbers or whatever. But if you could just go to NFG 2022.
Didn't you do Slim Jim commercials and shit?
You haven't seen the lander, have you, Mike?
No, didn't he? I have seen it. I know, but didn't he do it? Do you have the Slim Jim picture? Is that the one that I'm thinking of?
Yeah. Go to it and do the exit pop. Go to it now, Mike, and act like you're going to. Yeah. I get creative sometimes. It depends on. You can tell what kind of mood I'm in when I put a quick lander together.
Depending on what you're wearing, dude.
Yeah, that is what I was wearing. So act like you're going to leave the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, there he is.
Macho Man. I like old school Hulk Hogan. Like the Rocky days. That was Rocky 3.
Shawn Michaels.
Blue Albino, bro.
Blue Albino.
Yeah. You remember him? Dude with the rubber bands on his face and shit?
No, I don't.
Used to watch that with my dad, WWE, back in the 80s and shit.
I liked Undertaker back in the
Undertaker was cool.
Undertaker, yeah, before Kane. Yeah, we do have our first question.
Andre did turn on Hulk, dude. Egg's cool, man. Dude, I saw a picture. My wife sent me a picture of Hulk, Andre and Schwarzenegger next to each other, and dude,
it's crazy, isn't it?
Me next to you, dude. Like no shit, bro. It's insane, dude. And then there was this black dude. I don't know who it was, but he was bigger than Andre, dude. It was like insane, man. The guy was like 8.5, 9 feet tall. It was crazy, dude.
There was one recently. It's got The Rock and a few different people, and they make The Rock look like tiny.
It's weird when you see that.
Next to. I think
it was the Conan movie. That's exactly what the picture is. Hey, dude, this guy is a hip right here.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
I'm assuming your content's super helpful.
Yeah,
too.
It is. Yeah, especially his movie knowledge content.
Exactly, dude. He's an expert.
Yeah.
Mature expert.
Chris Deputy, whatever you want to call it, has a real question.
Debuty.
Yeah.
Chris
yes,
Debuty.
it was Chamberlain. You're right. My dad would have got mad at me for not knowing that.
Chris, the Serp Shaker is serpshaker.com. For one reason or another, Google don't index the website, so you literally have to go into the URL bar and put in serpshaker.com. You will still be able to find it. I can guess why it's not shown up on Google. Maybe.
A former partner of ours wrote that code. You know, Don wrote that shit, dude.
Yeah, Don Franklin. He wrote that, and then did he get an argument? And then he started
Lead Gadget
with Brian.
Yeah. And honestly, dude, it's amazing because that's code. How old is that code now, dude?
And it still fucking works.
Yep. It's funny. I was talking about that with someone today about like the last 10 years or 12 years, because especially with this update, Craig, have you seen any loss on this update? Any gains? No change?
Nothing really changing in the websites that I've got as such. I'd like to say that's because I also always provide helpful content, but hey.
I can tell you I rarely ever provide helpful content, and mine are doing better. So Serp Shaker, like 100%. I got calls from the Serp Shaker test site today, rehab, and I haven't done anything to that site.
But there's AI content places. Doesn't that just go away because of this?
Huh?
I'm just talking shit.
You know what I actually did is I put Adsense on that Serp Shaker site just to see how it did. It got approved.
Yeah, so, did you have the one plugin from Google on there?
So it imports it. It does help, but I've gotten rejected with that too. I've got one like in pending right now, but this one, Serp Shaker site, it's been up for 5 or 6 years at least. Got approved within 12 hours for AdSense. It makes no sense. I don't publish on that fucking site. I don't do anything. I didn't have like Otis's team write the content. Like I've had some like that I've had trouble getting.
What's interesting with this is what you'll see, because I'm looking at a lot of sites that are like 50%, 60% lost right now, right? I'm seeing a lot of stuff that's losing, a lot of stuff that's winning, and then a lot of shit. A lot of people aren't just seeing anything. Like they're just not noticing anything. And unless you dig, you just don't see it at all. And what's interesting is helpful content. It goes back to the whole quality thing, dude. Like people want to say helpful content.
Perceived quality, not like real quality.
They want to say it's written a certain way, it's a certain thing, this or that, but it's not that difficult. It comes down to, like, honestly, if you look at the SERPs that have changed, like when you see some CTR changes and some click-through changes, you'll see content like pushing up. Like there's a lot of queries where shorts are pushing up, where video is pushing up. And the people, before I go on, I'll come back to it if I can remember, but people not seeing anything, knocking on wood, like if you've been hit, like they started turning back yesterday or the day before. Like I can show you the upturn on everyone that's been kind of dicked with at this point. Like you can see it. So if you had issues and you see, and you've been paying attention, most likely you'll have seen the climb start back up right now at this point. But the helpful thing is, it's ridiculous because there's people in this argument on this thread over at Webmaster World but they're putting all this.
Hell is Webmaster World?
They're a forum, and they're putting all this content. It's all this video, all this shit at the top. And one person's like, or a group of people, or half of the argument are like, that's shitty. No one, that's just crappy. They just want to keep people on YouTube and keep all the traffic. And other people like, where I fall in the camp is, no, that's what people fucking use and that's what they want. So that's why it's there, because it bids in that way. And so to talk about it like it's going after AI content or it's going after this or that is kind of silly, because it actually has nothing to do with that.
Have you tested putting different media types on your, like more video, more images, more shit like that?
I have a feeling it's more about, we're going to talk about it at the event with some of the stuff we're talking about with like the way that you can use the machine learning and the AI for your advantage. I have a feeling it's more about other things going on in the profile than the actual media on the page. And to me, it's almost from a marketing standpoint at this point, because the way they're bidding out the content into the SERPs, and by that, what I mean is they let the users dictate what's going to happen and what's going to show in the SERP when someone does a search. Like, if video is there or books or this or that, it's because that's what performs for the intent of the query, right? And so when that happens, if you don't have the right content type in you're just, at some point it easily can become you don't have the right content type on page, and we can do math and see that and kick you out of the query very quickly. But so I think it starts in one way and then moves to the point that you do need the content to match the query. There's been shit coming out like, I'm not going to say anything. People talking about surveys and shit that they're saying, oh, it's new. We're seeing what this one. This shit is old. Like, this has been going on for 4 years, right? Like, So the stuff that people are kind of touting right now is kind of ridiculous, in my opinion, especially if they're not seeing the people that are hit. But it's a very interesting update. I can see the same patterns on content that's human written by extremely great copywriters versus people using, like Jarvis or some shit or Surfer to write their content, right? And it is not related to what that is at all, in my opinion. It's related to how it's put together and how it's actually implemented and used.
Yeah, and to make sure that we covered Chris's question, yes, I do still use Serp Shaker. I used it this morning. So I put out a couple thousand pages for an Otis domain. I'm just pushing with that. So
also, I've got a quick question. You were talking about testing there. In my mastermind today, we were talking about testing, and I went round a whole bunch of SEOs. How many of them do you think do proper A/B testing?
I don't do proper A/B testing.
0?
Yeah, pretty much 0 or not doing A/B testing. But I also hear this word testing being thrown around a hell of a lot. But I'm also in Brad's camp. Why would you want to test the shit out of stuff when you can just pay a guy to for his course or whatever? I think a lot of people claim to be doing testing, and no one really is. Yes, they test tools. Yes, they test Serp Shaker. Yes, they test other mass page builders. Yes, they test link building. But are they actually doing A/B testing where you could actually compare and say, that is what made the difference? No one is.
You know how Kyle Roof describes testing like that, the A/B testing? He says people don't like to do it because it sucks donkey balls, and it actually sucks donkey balls. So
yeah,
his exact words. I think that's a quote somewhere.
One of the things about that crap is too, especially single variable or whatnot. Some of what I think is that this stuff has been like in some of the markets that are taught PPC, like you don't see anything shift because that math has been there for a while. But the thing is that they're getting faster and they're getting better at following what the market wants and needs. And that means that what you test last week might not be what is going on today. And it
also, it's not an in the wild test either. So like even like in a lab and you've got a very clean test and it worked, that still doesn't tell you that it's going to work.
It's not a testing thing. This is a game of knowing what they're doing and then matching it and using the data that you can get to make sure that you are on point all the time.
And the data is going to be different based on every query too.
Exactly. And that's why when we did the webinar thing, we're talking about query intent versus user intent. And there really is stuff going on that is like a recommendation engine and like a media buying or media bidding system. And when you understand what those things are, it kind of becomes clearer what they might be doing, But it's fun though. I think all the changes they make are good changes for us at this point. It just seems like
I just keep doing the same shit and it keeps working so far. Knock on wood.
Because you create helpful content.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Honestly, think about it, dude. If you get someone on a website, they make a phone call and they go to treatment and they stop using drugs, is your Serp Shaker content helpful? Yeah, it saved the life, bro.
Hopefully.
So I'm not kidding though. Like I really do mean it. Like it's irrelevant how it's created. If you were the dude that captured that visit and then you shifted it off and sent it to a view on a porn site because you just wanted to shift the traffic there, you'd be a douchebag, right? But that's not a helpful piece of content. That's something Google doesn't want to see. Honestly, I don't think they give a shit about the person. But if that person comes to the site, makes a phone call, goes to treatment, then that query and that SERP did exactly what Google wanted it to do. Your content that you created with Spintax and Serp Shaker did exactly what Google wants it to do. Do they give a shit how that content is created with Spintax and Serp?
Well, that was me.
You open the video.
I hate that. At least it was that video this time.
Yeah. But sorry for interrupting.
This last question, it's interesting. I did that once and it worked out pretty well. I tried it another time and like people don't want to follow like what people are told to do. And I don't have time when people don't want to follow what people are told to do. So it becomes hard because people have their own. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've done enough coaching, and we know some people will listen, some people won't. So
I told someone to read a book, and they wouldn't read the freaking book. And at that point, I was like, that's it, dude. Like,
what book?
It was 33 Strategies of War, or
that's a dense book, though.
It's a big ass book, dude. But I think people should understand that book, honestly.
Yeah. Getting through a chapter is right. You know what's a good book? It's a whole series. So this is good.
The Babysitter Club?
Mental Models. It's good. It's easy to read.
You read way too many books.
The fucking knowledge is sucky.
It's never helped me.
Oh, man.
What's going on, Brett's search engine?
Guys, ask questions. We don't want Mike fucking
I'll start reading
his shit out. But
well, I'm going to ask you, what are you talking about today over at Search Engine Journal, bro?
shit, I put that on tonight.
Yeah, that's today, dude.
Fuck.
At 1 p.m. my time, so in like 3 hours almost.
Yeah. You know what? I've no fucking.
It says that you're going to talk about what's really working in SEO. I'm going to come watch it to learn.
Yeah, come along. I completely forgot all about it.
That's why I'm here. That's why you hired me as your secretary, bro.
Yeah, that is fucking great. I'm just looking at the invite there, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But
it's a good thing that I stalk you, dude.
Dude, I agree to do these things, and then I just go along with it at the last minute. Yeah, fuck it.
It's a conversation, man. It's not like you're new to SEO. You can talk about SEO. I mean,
yeah. So I'll take on whatever they throw at me, and give what I believe to be an honest answer. That's all I can ever do.
Loud Egg had a good point. Like, bigger hit last August, and what I was seeing was like people that were growing hard on certain types of publishing this year. Like, we're talking about thousands of % growth over like a month or two. A lot of what they came back around to was what you said it with Craig last week, dude. You were talking about clusters and how stuff's interlinked together, and I'm seeing a lot of that right now, just a lot faster and a lot more efficiently in different markets. So it's good. It's interesting. I want to see where these are climbing. Like, everything I'm looking at right now that was losing traffic is now gaining traffic again. So these graphs are very similar. They're spiked up, and then they are dropping back down. And about a day ago or yesterday, I don't know, they turned back up. So we'll see where it ends up. But what's funny is at least I haven't seen a lot of chatter about anything on Black Hat forums, which usually when there's an update like this, that's where the chatter starts, when people start getting hit. So have you seen any chatter anywhere?
I don't look.
I to be honest, I kind of don't look either.
I hate SEO.
I think there comes a point when you start to just read the same people whining about the same shit.
Yeah.
And that puts me off.
True.
And reading in those types of places.
You can only tell someone the problem so many times until you don't want to tell them the problem anymore.
Or the solution.
It's like you said, Mike, when you were watching, I think you were watching the show Me and Palmer last week. And Me and Palmer, and you're like, Craig, you've just explained what the helpful content update is to these people. But yeah, people... It's they need to be able to listen up more. That's the problem. Everyone's looking for a shortcut.
I am. Just give me the easy button.
I wish there was one, mate. That's the fucking worst thing. And everyone thinks you're holding back the easy button. They're like, dude, come on, show me the good way that you're all doing it. And you're like, what?
If you had one, would you give it away for free? Like
absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to have to be. Well, the problem is, say there was an easy button, or like you had a map. So, like, this is why I don't really understand a lot of people giving out maps methods. Like, if you have 2 or 3, whatever. But like, a lot of times, as soon as you give that out, especially if your audience is big enough, it's going away. So if you had an easy button and you wanted to get paid to get that easy button, it would have to be enough for you to retire theoretically.
Yeah.
So, and give it to like one person.
Most of the SEO stories and stuff that I've told over the years, shit that used to work for me using premium rate numbers, being a middleman, all of that shit, they're done now. They no longer work for me. But at the time when I was doing it, why the fuck would I ever give that away? My niche and everything.
Yeah.
You need to be careful.
Yeah, when I first joined OMG way back in the day, they're like, Greg's not going to show his niche. Greg's not going to show his niche. I pretty much figured it out.
And everyone jumped in it, bro.
Yeah, it was funny. Becker jumped in it, everyone. But there were a ton of people in it anyway. So
was that when he was in gold?
No. They joined. It's funny. They joined gold so they could sell the affiliate program.
That's what I thought.
Because they had a tiered, it was an MLM style setup for that.
I don't remember a lot.
It was addiction because he was,
I don't remember a lot of that time period at all.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
It's
kind of a blur, dude.
But it's funny because that was like one of the biggest niches, still is, and that was his secret niche. But I mean, we're in it and we tell everyone, but we're like, you got to dig down. That's how you have success in that niche in rehab.
Systemization and digging down.
Having someone has a niche that you can really dig down into. Like I'm trying to think of one that you wouldn't be able to. But pest control would be one that you could, because how many different bugs, rodents, all that stuff.
What about bugs?
Yeah, shiny ones.
You can dig down. No, I'm actually, I can think of many ways to dig down into that.
Yeah, in multiple directions. But yeah, so that was, it's funny because that was like his thing that he was holding against his chest. It was that niche.
The answer is, the right person, absolutely. It's good to have around because you learn in those situations. Mentoring someone, you learn when you do that. I think both sides learn. It's all growth, man. And so it just always depends. Brad has a lot of requirements that are not related to like anything work related. So I wouldn't do it with him because it gets a little
I wouldn't suggest. It's going to cost you a lot. Yeah.
It's going to cost you your soul.
Yeah. Your dignity. Yeah.
Dignity for sure.
Hey, Tim had a question that I know I've been answering this question all day via email. I think we're going to start it in the morning, East Coast, later morning, so we can get the West Coast people in there. I need to discuss it with Mike and lock it down, but 10 or 11. And yes, by us taking online, that's a huge benefit. We will be able to provide the recordings, and the plan is to have those up within a day or two of them.
Mr. Chris Palmer is walking over too. So
yeah, Chris, and we'll see who else we can get. It's all going to be about automating it, doing as much as you can with this little amount of time. So,
it's interesting because, and I haven't talked to you about this. Like, there's some processes that we were testing, and in the gaming market, we hit an online casino query, and it was a 30-day-old domain, and it hit it in 9 days, dude. Fucking beautiful.
Not bad. Anyway, conscious eating. What do you think is the best way to make money in the SEO niche long term?
A food blog.
You can make money from that.
I mean, the way I would answer that for someone is like find a market that you can be passionate about and utilize your skills there, to be honest.
I like PPL. A lot of people like affiliate. You're more of an affiliate guy, right, Craig?
Yeah.
I consider them the same, dude. I think you guys always separate them.
Well, they are, but yeah. I'm not doing product reviews or anything.
I think calls are I love calls better than data personally, but
for me, the position I've got myself into, if you've got a following of any description and you're doing YouTube and shit, why wouldn't you leverage affiliate? It's the easiest fucking thing for me. Whereas you find churning out fucking fuck tons of websites relatively easy because you've done it a million times over. So you just got to, like Mike says, lean in your strengths and obviously what you're passionate about. I ain't passionate about shitting out websites all the time. And that's.
But you can make a full-time income, or not like an SEO full-time income, like a lot of people are saying they make or do make or whatever. But like, I mean, you get 8 to 10.
You have an income?
Huh?
You have an income?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah. I'm saying you can make you can get an income coming in with, well, you can get one coming in, just spare, side hustle money for like with 1 or 2 sites. But if you really want to get something you can live on, build it up to 8 or 10, and then if a update comes out, hopefully all 8 or 10 don't get knocked out. But you can get that hosting for $20 a month. Throw up your sites, let them start coming in, and focus on indexing at that point.
Shit, you can get that hosting for $10 a month. I've been using the same $10 host for a lot of my shit.
Yeah, I was thinking like a micro host or something where you have different IPs, and then if you do get a client in that niche, whatever niche you're focusing on, then you can use that network to push their site.
Once you build those sites, like, okay, so there's a site that I launched in 2004, and that site sells posts at like 250 to 300 or whatever, and that's not the revenue model, but that's just money that comes from the domain. And there's not building a portfolio of websites, whether you are into like link building or not, is not a bad idea, no matter who you are. If you know how to put a website up and make it rank and get traffic, I would recommend doing it.
Do that. Go to Fiverr and sell niche edits in a specific industry.
Yep.
And because they're niche specific, and if it's a niche that actually makes money, people will buy them for a pretty good amount of money. Maybe not the 200-300 unless you're doing guest posts and stuff. But
my buddy was just in South Africa, and I actually am now thinking about taking a vacation there because it's freaking gorgeous.
Seems pretty badass, yeah.
It was freaking amazing, dude. I'm like, dude.
Are you still going to Malta, Mike?
Yeah.
Good.
Roof is. Yeah.
Catches in Malta. Heinrich, you make a flight over there. When is it? November? October?
It is. It's the 14th through the 18th of November.
In Malta.
In Malta. Sigma, Europe.
So yeah.
Brad out. He won't go.
I don't want to meet Adrian.
Yeah.
I feel like he's waiting to stab me.
Yeah. Everyone's waiting to stab you, dude.
I know. Yeah. And then they meet me. They're like, wait, maybe I want
won't
to keep a distance. Yeah.
Richest
I did pull out a Cliff Notes of that book, but I just feel like reading that book is good and it's important.
Yeah, just do it. Try and get through a chapter a day.
Yeah,
it's hard to get through a chapter a day with that fucking book though. Like it's
a big ass book.
Well, the chapters are pretty girthy.
Yeah.
So
I listened to it. I didn't actually pick it up and read it. I listened to it.
Just so everyone knows, if Mike ever says read a book, he listened to it.
Yeah.
But talking about Guffey, there's a nice Guffey message from Omar from LinkedIn.
Do you think he typed all that out personally, or you think he copied and pasted it?
I think he copied and pasted it.
Yeah, I would too.
Omar.
High quality websites for backlinking or link placement. What's your pricing, Omar, SEO agency?
Let us know.
LinkedIn.
SEO Underground is here. SEOunderground.co.uk. Tickets are still left at SEO Underground, so check it out. We are all
COVID this year.
Yeah, man, I'm going.
You're gonna get COVID.
He's gonna make out with COVID. Yeah,
COVID's gone, man. What the fuck?
Is it gone?
My sister-in-law has it right now.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm not coming back with a dose of
Good thing the whole world locked down for that long.
But check out SEO Underground.
Ask everyone with the electrical costs in Europe right now.
Is it really tripling over there? Double or triple?
Dude, I was talking to I know someone's selling off their warehouse right now because they can't make electrical. Like it went from 9 or 6 to 30K a month, dude. Even up front.
Yeah. I mean, Putin says, "Oh, we're going to shut this down for maintenance," and then he's like, "We're not going to reopen it until these sanctions are gone." It's like, fuck. China is reselling what they bought in oil because their economy is slowing down because of all the shutdowns. I heard
Arbitrage.
there was a tracker that went through the Panama Canal of a barge with liquid natural gas. It went through the Panama Canal, made a U-turn, came back through the Panama Canal, and because it was going to China, and then went up to Germany. Crazy.
Dude, it's nutty, dude. We're in a nutty world right now for sure.
I feel somewhat fortunate, but I mean, China and shit's bubbling up, you know, fucking scary shit.
It is.
Anyway, we're not even getting hit hard yet over here. I mean, I'd be pissed if I were in Europe, but I don't know. It's crazy.
Your name is Porous Domains.
Porous Domains has bought 50 individual but related domains at one time at GoDaddy Auctions. Been there, done that. Were you drunk? It's got to be a drunken purchase, right?
If it was intentful.
How do you drunkenly purchase 50 domains in one weekend?
It's a good one.
That's
you've sat there, you've done it, and you're sitting there going, fuck it, there's one, there's another, there's another.
I do, yeah. And I don't buy them all, but yeah, I do add them up.
That's why I try not to do auctions myself, dude, because I'll sit there and I'll get into it. It's like
you can get some good shit on GoDaddy, though.
I know.
Yeah, best avoiding
yeah
drunken purchases.
Yeah, just take your time and build those out methodically over the next 6 months, and then
maxed out on-page gain. So there's no such thing. Like I would say, throw that out. If you mean like, yeah, I'm going to say there's no such thing because eventually you need to change it. So
you optimize it to the point that it works, and then if it drops, that's the first thing I look at because it's cheapest. It's easier than sending more links.
Yeah, I think it's more about staying on top of what the query is doing. And if you're tuned up there and you have everything on the page that you need, then come back in a couple weeks and make sure it's still that same.
Porous Domains wants to quickly develop those 50 domains himself. Best recommended free tools to do so. Brad,
I don't know about free, but I'd be outsourcing the shit. I'd be finding services. It's Serp Shaker isn't free, and it's going to take a little bit to set up like the structure of the site, and then you pump those out. I would be looking at if they're all niche related. I'd be looking at Wayback Services that will just rebuild them from the Wayback, let them sit. Hopefully a portion of the traffic that they have or that they had, look in Ahrefs, SEMrush, whatever you want to look at, and see their peak traffic. Of course, you don't have the GSC data. You could, I guess, if you put it back into GSC, it might pop back.
Yeah, if they're auction domains, he might be able to pull the old GSC data.
Yeah,
and that would be, honestly, you want to do that if you can.
Yeah. So get everything back up the way it was before, especially if it's a niche that you can use. Which I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know why you purchase one that is not a niche that you wouldn't use. But yeah, get those Wayback Exporter or something like that. Look for that, just to get them up, and then you can add to them later or redesign them later.
Hopefully that helps you. ZD Electrical says, do Cape Town, the best city in the world by Condé Nasty, whatever the hell that is.
I will look it up.
So someone said local SEO is the same if you're doing New York City or Wyoming. I don't think this is true. What's your thoughts?
It's not true because look at the level of competition. Wherever you go, the SEO is going to be different based on the level.
None of it, and not just local. I'll tell you, it's funny. I've been I watch in a couple of places where they beta test things, and I'll try to switch my user agent or I'll block my location from them, and they will push in features trying to figure out where I am, and that's because they tailored the delivery based on all of this shit, right? So to say that local is the same in New York City as it is in San Diego or something like that, I think it's unknowledgeable. I don't think that's knowledge to think that, to be honest.
Yeah, they were wrong because I can rank drug rehab Wyoming way quicker than I can rank drug rehab New York, and with way less effort. So
there's different requirements in different areas.
Remember when we got promised a huge contract at one point, Mike, and they're like, hey, if you can get this site to rank for any drug keyword plus state, then that's when the contract will kick on. I was like, all right, game. So I did
Every
Wyoming.
day.
I did Wyoming. Literally, that's the state I picked. I was like, it was like drug rehab Wyoming. I ranked on the first page. I was like, there you go. He's like, well, it needs to be a little higher on the front page. Okay. So I did that. They're like, well, can you do another state besides Wyoming? I can do all the states. I need to be paid now. So
Yeah, no shit, dude.
Chris is back.
No, dude.
Chris the booty.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. People are sharking it too. They're like buying people's shit at like 10% of value.
That's
and
what you should be doing if you
well, if you're buying.
Yeah.
Not if you're selling, dude.
Well, that you do what you got to do. Then you do what you should do.
That's when I go out on the corner, dude.
Yeah. Makeup.
Oh man,
I'm not getting tricked into that one again.
No, you shouldn't.
This
That
week.
was a bad experience. All my buying keywords are ranked on page 1, but I've got a very low budget, so I don't link build how to rank number 1. Budget is, but I mean that's you can only go so far without money, really.
And you're going to need some CTR, maybe. That's
what I'm saying. Even there, though, like you need budget to find that, right? Yeah. I'm never going to recommend someone go like truly bought it personally, but
yeah.
You
could get if it's within the budget to get a number of phones for CTR, kind of like Holly does that, right? Except she does it way more than I would do it. But yeah.
You could also use feeds and things and actually build some links through some feeds. Like there's ways to build links for free. Because at a certain point you have to get free backlinks or else it's not cost efficient once you're up in the page rank levels.
Yeah, well, he's not up there, I don't think yet. So.
Probably not, but I'm just saying like there's ways to get him for free. And if you go back and you look at some of the old school tactics are a good way to get stuff for free. And also if you're page 1 ranking, then I start looking at reciprocal linking, dude, honestly. Maybe go out and get some link trading.
NFG plugin. Throw that bitch.
Go to nftsecret.com and throw that on your site.
Yeah.
That works. I was actually having a conversation. I think it was with the electric guy earlier. I can never remember. Easy ZA. Earlier, as I was talking about the plugin, and it really he's noticing it not working as well in certain niches, but in rehab, I can throw it on it. I can do Serp Shaker. I can do all that crap, and I'm bringing in 1 to 3K per site.
Without speaking about it, I would say that's because of the counts of sites and stuff.
Yes, that is it. The quality, because he was talking about having to remove some of the backlinks, which you can. It's easy to do, but you just got to watch it closer. I never look at it. So.
It's not going to do anything if there's no value to push through something, right? So yeah, That makes sense.
But conscious eating.
That real estate niche is tough too, dude. Reach out to Dave. What's his last name?
Dave.
He just had a birthday.
I can't remember, but it's not Canal. It's real estate, dude.
Yeah, hang
on. So Dave just had a birthday.
Dave had a birthday.
Did you see yesterday in your grass? Did you see the turn up? Or the day before, did you see it start?
Dave Keys.
Direction.
Dave Keys is the real estate expert that I know. He used to offer SEO, real estate agents, all that shit. Yeah,
that's right.
Good resource for that.
Dude, he's been around forever doing it.
Yeah.
SEO in there. Real estate niche. I'm having success with articles pertaining to best beaches on Long Island. So actually, I can speak to that because we do a lot of stuff in the travel space with that kind of content, and it does work. Did you see, are you publishing or are you doing mostly like local with that? It sounds like you're publishing, dude.
Let us know. Conscious Eating, one of the websites, and the tech niche was hit by the helpful content update. He lost half his traffic overnight.
I was asking him if he saw the turn up yesterday or the day before, because it's been about a week since people, at least I started seeing it. And is that money site's not a local site? It's like a, 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 What kind of site?
Let us know how to build top-level topical authority. I cover all my niche keywords, so this is topical authority.
So topical authority
Look for supporting terms as well.
is your supporting terms. Make sure that you're ranking or at least having impressions for the keywords that your competitors are as well in those queries. And if you're not, figure out why. And then get them in there. And if you've done that, then it's time to start working on the brand entity and the metrics.
That and getting supporting content elsewhere. Build really.
That's what I assume he means, but yeah,
flesh out your clusters. I doubt that he's done that to the extent that he could or should.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And that's something that you can do for free. Just go into bullshit or grab a Quillbot for cheap, $15 a month, and start spending.
One of the easy checks to kind of see that your spot where you are is it's just kind of look at the site query for your competitors in the query and just see what their supports are. See what your supports are.
See what their internal linking looks like.
Yeah,
and you can kind of build out their sitemap.
Loud putting it on the money site for that brand and then internal linking to the geo lander. You see, so I'm assuming you're pulling it in, and are they navigating after that from the article to the geo page? It's a demographic and a profile game, in my opinion. I think you're doing it right. So if you're in real estate, if you're in travel, those people are all going to do queries. Like, I don't have to have like data to tell me that someone who's going to buy a house in an area or travel to an area is going to want to know if they have kids. They're going to want to know where a family-friendly beach is. If they don't have kids, they might want to know what the best beaches are. And so that's exactly how I would be doing it. That's what we do in the travel space as well. Those things I've seen it still performing well. That's not where the hits have been for us. Where were your hits? Like, what kind of queries were your hits on, dude?
Also, have you guys ever heard of Check a Trade? Do I think it's one big link network?
I'm just gonna look real quick, and then I'll pull the graph and I'll tell you if it's a link network or not. 1 second.
It's hard to see.
Have you not been contacting me on Messenger, ZA Electrical? I thought that was you.
I thought he was contacting me too, but I'm not sure. Yeah,
I could be
it's
wrong.
a link network for sure, dude.
So there you go. There's your answer, ZD Electrical. Check a Trade. I mean, it's obviously a very well-known website in the UK. But
I mean, it doesn't mean it's all done that way. It just means that, looking at the graph, looking at the links to sites and everything, like just the way the graph is, I would say, and just kind of eyeing a few of the nodes in there, I would say they're doing a very good job of running their network. I mean, that's what most people do.
It's just a directory. Is that what it is?
Yeah, kind of like a trade.
Yeah, it's like an Angie's List or something, or like any other. Yeah.
If you look at their second tier, you can see it all. They love those .no domains for sure.
ZD Electrical said that is me. Yes,
yeah, that's what I thought. So don't ask how to contact me if you know how to contact me. I'm just messing with you.
You've been messing. I'll look for it.
I don't want to offend anyone else on here.
Really? Oh, this was a good find. If that's what they're doing, I like this Check a Trade.
They contacted me today.
I know exactly what they're doing. That's hilarious. Okay, thank you for sharing.
Dude, that's a very, very, very big website in the UK.
I didn't know.
Like a merchant circle or something like that, or a home advisor. Yeah.
Wow, no shit. Okay.
But no idea who owns it. But they do well, I know that much.
If you can look at that backlink, I would go look at their backlink profile and play around if you're like interested in this shit, because they're doing some interesting stuff.
They're trying to gather info, pretending to be someone else looking for info about my electrical niche. how do I beat them? you need a fair bit of money and time.
Building out that content and linking to it.
It's one of those ones. That website is that big. You're not dealing with beating one person. There's teams of people there, and they are, that I would say very, very efficient at what they do in terms of marketing, SEO, all of that stuff. So I think it's not saying you can't beat them, but you're going to have to do a hell of a lot more than what you're currently doing to squash them.
You're right. Building a network, I'm telling you. You want to be building networks and networking.
Everyone is a 10 out of 10 and they dominate, so they know what they're doing. Simple as that.
Yeah, in the profile.
But going back to the tiered stuff, what software do you use for tiered link building, Mike? Are you using Money Robot, SEO Autopilot, GSA? What's your tool of choice?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, the guys that I know that use tools are either Money Robot or Serp, like GSA.
Yeah, it'd be Money Robot on the first, and then Serp probably behind it.
Yeah, the ones that I know that do it like large scale with like tons and tons of server are on Money Robot. That's their main.
That's mainly 2.0s, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Is SE Nuke still around? Because that's what I used to freaking love, dude.
I used to love Serp.
I think it's still. But the best one is Serp, because you can scrape the listing shit. Like, that's the most important thing of all, is being able to try and get some kind of unique.
X-Rummer's pretty sick, though, dude.
Dude, that's still around.
I know. I'm telling you, X-Rummer's pretty sick. I know some people murder in it with that stuff, dude.
It's
yeah. All of this being said, don't go out and try and learn GSA SER.
Unless you're already doing it that way, there's no reason to learn all of it and do it that way.
It's a pain in the ass. Order it.
The dudes that are doing it anyways, they understand SEO, they understand link building, and just because they're using a certain tool doesn't mean you're going to get the same results. Your list is going to be different. Your methods might be different.
And the problem is, if you're trying to cut costs by doing it yourself with like just SEO, for example, you're going to spend a shit ton of money fucking building a server, the GSA shit, the lists, everything, and you're going to waste a ton of time. And then come out 2 years later, and you're like, you might be able to use it at that point. So that's my opinion.
If you do want videos cycling, I do have them in my Mastermind, which you can get in my own website. Go to my Mastermind. We have videos on Serp, Money Robot, SEO Autopilot, and tiered link building in general, including fucking niche edits, Serp, all of the shit. All in the Mastermind. It's not something I published on my YouTube video. Again, it's something I might do in the future, but not taking requests for videos just now, because what's the point?
Yeah, he never listens to my requests for videos.
You do, that's because it's all porn you want.
Yes, yes, 100%. 152 watching, just 10 likes. Everyone needs to give a thumbs up.
Exactly, richest domains. The problem you've got with YouTube, richest domains, and anyone else, is you give out a lot of info. Now, I see that 99% of the people who watch any of my videos don't like or subscribe to the channel. It's insane. They just consume it. And I'm the same. When I watch shit at night, I don't fucking subscribe or like or fuck all. I just consume the content and bugger off. So it's sad, but that is the reality of it. And anyone who does want to join the Mastermind, I will give you a link here. Just to be clear, I'm not that fussed if you do join. There is no upsells, there's no course upsells. We do 3 sessions a week, and that's it. Yeah, 3 sessions a week, dude. And I'll let the audience pick what they want to talk about. So they'll pick, how the fuck do you, what the hell say, what's this, what's that. So there's 100+ sessions that I've done this year. And if you join, you get access to them all, and obviously all of the stuff going forward. So $69 a month if anyone wants to join. Not a sales pitch in any way, shape, or form, but that is how you join it if you want to. And Loud Egg likes and subscribes from all his YouTube channels because you're a legend. And ZD Electrical is not in my mastermind. Dumb move. Boon, but hey, it is what it is. I'm only kidding. Software Shed puts the thumbs up. So yeah, give us a thumbs up on the video, guys, if you can. Even insult Brad in the comments under the video. That's always a good thing to do. But we still
roast Brad.
Yeah.
Your anchor text rotation questions in the comments.
Where the fuck?
You see that question there at 10:50? Yeah, right there. Go to nfgwebinar.com. You're going to want to use what's working, and we explain how to do it in there.
Look at the competition, basically.
Yeah, and if you need to know how to do that and get that, then it's in that.
nfgwebinar.com.
Yeah.
nfgwebinar.com. There you go. All sessions you do in Mastermind, practical sessions. What do you mean by practical sessions?
I think you mean like walking through, and I would say it's probably more of a discussion, isn't it?
A bit of both, to be fair. If we're going to be talking about stuff like, I've done a walkthrough on Scrapebox, GSA. Yeah, so both practical and discussions. People share their screens, share their websites. We do all sorts in there, but it's not all slides and shit. People just share their screen. It's kind of laid back, discussion based. People talk about their shit, and yeah, of course, we'll give you how to use the tool. There's a lot of newbies in there, so yeah, it's and Loud Egg is in there, and it's a great crew, great convos. So it's all about conversations, networking as well, in that group.
What? Dude, did you see Cali signed to raise minimum wage to $22 an hour next year?
Dude,
Who said
good.
That's
California's raising their minimum wage to $22 an hour.
So everyone's going to be moving out of Cali then?
Yeah.
Businesses wise, I mean.
Yeah, they already are.
They've been doing that. They've been trying to double tax people if they it's insane what they try to do.
They want to charge 70% tax.
I like Cali as well, but fuck
I like being there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Anaheim. I like San Diego.
I'm moving from Arizona. Richest means
from Arizona or to Arizona.
Jose says that was the sign I needed. I'm out.
Crazy. Whatever. I mean, if it works for him, it works for him. But
what's the sign?
22 an hour, I assume.
All my friends and family live in New York, heading south.
Yeah, we get a lot of people from New York and Florida, or like a lot of people from New York, New Jersey, going down to Florida, and then they stop here and then just don't leave. It seems like. Yeah,
it's just I don't know. I left a long time ago, and I'm super glad I did.
Wait, you were from San Diego, right, Mike?
Yeah, I had property in San Diego, and I was there for like 13 years. Oh. And I was born in LA, and I lived in California. I grew up out there, and I can't stand the place. Makes me
Florida's got that 0% state tax. So
there's beautiful weather, beautiful land, but the problem is there's a bunch of freaking Californian people.
Where at?
In California.
Yeah. And taxes.
Dude, I couldn't stand, like, San Diego used to be cool and conservative, but like when I was there, I couldn't stand people.
Donald.
The problem is countries like Dubai and shit are trying to lure digital nomads and online businesses over there with no tax and all that shit. So people are just not going to fucking put up with 70% bullshit.
It's crazy. I looked at Cayman. That seems interesting. It's got a big finance and tech.
Where?
Cayman Islands.
Yeah.
But
It's,
you have to
it's
stay
an
there
interesting
for
place.
6 months.
what?
You have to stay in Cayman for 6 months.
Yeah, I would move there for 12 months. Wouldn't bother me. Yeah, I don't want to live somewhere 6 months and off 6 months. I would just live there full time. Puerto Rico, I tried to talk Kelsey into, but she didn't. She said no one wants us there. I said no one wants me anywhere. So what's it matter?
Uruguay, straight up.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Cayman has a pretty good their infrastructure. It sounds like it's better than like a Puerto Rico. Plus Puerto Rico, you always run the risk of as soon as I move there, they'll become a state and I'll have to pay.
And people drive by with fucking machine guns and kill each other there too.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Still safer than LA.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, go to the Cayman. There's not a lot of violence there, is there?
I don't think so.
Only when Brad goes.
No, I just look violent.
Talking about fear, which Brad always has in him, especially when I'm concerned. Sacklane's brother
I fear I'm going to kill you.
has a fear into websites and all that kind of stuff. What can you tell someone who's just shit scared to do anything?
Just fucking do it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
What's the worst case? Like, put yourself in the worst case scenario, and then everything else looks
You
good.
know, and you've seen it. I know you both have seen it. That it's not a lot of people that are able to weather and take the risks and do that. That's why people don't all start their own shit. I say a majority of the population is scared to do it. They don't understand it.
The follow through is the hard part.
True.
Loud Egg said he's got a home in Croatia, but definitely needs to upgrade the router. That is the problem. See, when you go, like, I don't stay abroad, but obviously when you're traveling abroad and you're trying to get internet in fucking places like Prague in some shit hotel, you're just like, fuck this. Yeah, I think if I was moving, it would have to be with good internet.
Yeah, that's my brother's problem. He's in freaking Indiana, so I'm like, dude, make sure you got good internet. What's that?
I just buy a new moose, dude.
Yeah. Wait till Elon takes care of everyone's internet. Then we'll be good. We'll move wherever. Imagine how much that
The connection god is flying through the sky.
Yeah. And peeing on your house.
Dune, we did have that sparring match, and I won. There was 2 hits, me hitting Brad, and Brad
he hit the ground with laughter. I can't even hit him back, this little kitten.
Brad's too scared to come to Malta. Well, we're going to have it there, but
I'm not getting stabbed by Adrian in Malta. Nope. Do you think I look crazy? Have you met Adrian?
I've only spoke to him online. Seems like a nice guy to me, but
yeah.
He's my nice. Dude, I love Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything bad about Adrian if that's what you're trying to line me up to do, Brad.
No, I wouldn't do that.
So
I'll say all the bad crap about Adrian you want. Let me know.
I can't wait until I'm finished with Malta. Then I'll
so you don't get stabbed too.
Yeah. Let me get out of Malta.
I just want to ruin your trip to Malta is a stabbing.
But I'm looking forward to it. If it's all a definite, Mike, because I've not heard from him since he's doing.
Well, he went to South Africa for 3 weeks, dude. I've been talking to him.
How long does it take you to get to Malta?
Me?
No, Craig. It takes you forever to get everywhere.
Yeah,
it was a month.
Couple hours.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Nice.
So
tempted to go to the UK on the way out there or something, but
you might come back
with family. But I don't think I can get the kids out of school, so I'd probably just take them.
It'd be a long time out of school.
Can this be true numbers? 181 watching now. Started streaming 58 minutes ago.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I don't know how we can get 181 people to watch this.
It's funny. We did a stream last week and we spiked. We hit something. If I knew how to do any sort of marketing or SEO or math, I would have looked into it and tried to see what we hit on that spiked the
Was that in office hours or was that like on the
last Thursday or the Thursday before? I think
it was last Thursday. Or, I mean,
2 Thursdays ago. Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird because some people just stumble across it. We'll see live now, people all pile in.
Yeah.
But I think it's a kind of algorithmic thing as well. The more people that start watching it initially, it starts getting shown to more people.
Yeah, you want to seed it, honestly. Like, that's why it's good to have a place you can go to and have people come in and support you or whatever. You know, there's like what's her name has a Skype group, and you drop stuff in there, people will show up. And
Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, P. Lisa P. What the hell is
P.
on my phone? Maybe this is my drug dealer.
I doubt it.
Is it? What are you buying?
He's selling
Antidepressants, because I was looking at my bank account.
Fucking hell. What did it go down? Down a few grand?
Always. I try to raise money as much as possible.
It keeps you sharp.
Stay hungry, baby. Stay hungry.
Anyway, what have you guys got coming up this week? Any other shows? Anything we need to promote?
I'm going to go on website Authority Builders or
Niche Authority.
Niche Authority.
Or Niche Website Builders.
Niche Website Builders. That's tomorrow or whatever. Or it's a video. I'm not sure what it is. I'm about as prepared as you are for Search Engine Journal today, bro. I don't know. I think I'll jump on like a stream I'll like do some office hours on Thursday maybe or something, but I don't know. It depends what I'm working on, if I can stream it or not.
Things are all good, but do check out. I don't know, with Niche Website Builders, I've been on there before. I don't think it will go out live. I don't
think it does, yeah, because he had a bunch of time slots, so I'm assuming it's just like a video.
Just knocks them out.
They'll record it and they'll throw it out in 2 or 3 weeks' time.
Is that the British guy? Starts with a B, right?
It's
Jamie?
James DeLacy or Delaney.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him over there.
Did he pull you? Did I recommend you to him?
No, I think Kyle Roof did.
Because he asked me for a whole bunch of names, but I never ever. I don't know if I ever throw your name in there because I don't know if you like doing these things. But if you ever do,
Mike loves them.
Then I'm happy to throw your name in there.
Yeah, it's not Search Engine Journal show. I see how it is, bro.
Honey, that is going to be part of what I cover at the NFG2022.com.
Yep. The process.
I'll show you how to do it with the tools that I use, and then I'll show you what fiber gig I get. So.
I do share Rich's domains. I do share my antidepressants.
Doesn't share anything else. No knowledge bombs, nothing. We'll share you how poor he is.
I got a habit to throw it. The bombs.
And if you actually go there in person, he'll make you buy all his. Well, he doesn't drink anymore, but yeah, he'd have made you buy all his drink at the bar and tell you fuck all.
He'll make you buy him a drink, then he'll just give it to someone else.
Yeah.
Now I will. That's right.
Remember when Erp bought a young lady a drink and she dumped it on his head?
I do. I remember Erp disappearing for a couple days, coming back very sweaty.
he left sweaty, came back sweaty.
Sweatier.
I think he's still alive though. So Erp, if you're out there,
he actually look at his Instagram, bro. He's doing something.
Yeah.
He has producer credits on some movies or something.
Does he? Nice.
He's doing crypto and SEO, and he's Erping it up.
He's doing crypto now, right?
Yeah.
Buy now before it gets any cheaper.
Yeah, a big portfolio of meme coins.
Yeah, Doge.
Talking about Adrian, he must be watching. So I introduced him to Matthew Woodward because he wanted Woodward to come to Sigma. And that's him just fucking reply. He just literally just replied to Woodward just now. Woodward is the worst guy for replying to you, like the fucking worst. Worse than bad. He
disappeared for like years and then popped back up or something. Woodward?
Yeah, like he sold his comparison website years ago for 6.5 million or some shit, and fucked off to Costa Rica. Pretty much retired, has the life of Riley. The cost of living over there is cheap, but he got bored. He's just like, fuck, I need to try and get back into this. Like,
what would you do? You know?
No, it is boring. like I had a 1.5 2 year period where I decided not to work right at one point, and at some point,
when's that gonna end?
Like,
what's that?
Give me an idea. He said to us, he's like, dude, should I just buy a boat and take people out spearfishing or some shit? Like, I need something.
Does he know how to spearfish?
I don't even know if he knows how to
spearfish. You just hire someone who does and put them on the boat and own the boat.
Yeah, they just spearfish all day. They can get boring too, though.
Oh, but I think he likes spearfishing. Like, he's out in Costa Rica doing all this weird shit, and I think he just wanted something to pass the time. But he's coming back into it. He's doing a bit of this and a bit of that. And
I've seen him pop in and out for a while now. He came back a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And I forget when he got started, because I remember when he popped up, and then he went real big for a while, and then
that must have been when he stole the site and he just speared, I guess.
Yeah. It's
cool. Had solid content back in the day that if you implemented it, it would work.
At least some solid tutorials and shit.
That's what I mean. Like, I scanned a couple of them, and it looked like he was just giving decent information.
No, I followed him. Yeah, they worked. So
he's the guy I followed and tried to get my ass out of running the agency and doing what he was doing. Seeing his income reports while he was.
He bought the theme and realized it was a theme.
Yeah. I told you that story. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious, dude. We've all done that though. Like, the thing is like sometimes you see something and you just want to know if there's like one little thing in there that they tweaked and you want to analyze shit, dude. That's the problem. Yeah. That's why I'm glad I came up when there wasn't anyone selling any information like that, because nobody had anything to sell. Everyone was figuring it out. It made it a lot cheaper. I mean, maybe, I don't know if it was cheaper actually, because I lost a lot of money and gained money and spent a lot of time doing shit that didn't work. But it's better than buying something all the time, I would say. I hate that buy cycle, that shiny cycle when people come in and they get caught by somebody who's just shady as shit, starts selling them a bunch of nonsense and takes their money.
I've seen people discuss how to wring more money out of people, and it's
oh yeah, it's bad. People are shady.
People are shady. But on that note, whilst we're talking about shady people, you're shady guys, so we're going to have to cut you off. So we're like 7 minutes over.
Bonus.
But
cutting it into your search engine journal time, bro.
Yeah.
First hour's free. Last 7 minutes is going to cost them.
That's right.
But on that note, guys, check out ODYS, check out NFG webinar.com, check
NFG2022.com is what you want to check out right now.
Check that one out.
It's going to be pretty badass. I've got some announcements coming out that I think people are going to like over the next week or so. So
read the email.
Read the email. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, and we'll catch you all at the same time next week.
Later on.